Hello, hello. We are back for our first non-early access Wilds of Eldraine live stream here on the channel. Good to have all of you that are here, and we'll give some time for some people to trickle in here. I know it's kind of a weird time to live stream, but I figure this is probably may not actually be that weird because this is the time during early access that had the most concurrent viewers. So I want to see if you guys are still available for live streams. While we let some people trickle in here, I did my best to get chat on screen for you, and was not entirely successful in doing so. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to try this one more time. See if I can actually get it on screen here. Let's see. Let's try this here. Yeah, every time. Okay, so now it kind of works. All right, so now if I try to make it transparent, then that's where we run into issues. Let me see here. Yeah, so as soon as I make it transparent, it just, the whole thing goes transparent. Hey, Leetree. Awesome. Thanks. Thanks so much. It's totally fine you can't hang out for this stream, but thanks for watching all the videos. Um, and that your friends are also here as well. Awesome you're from Spain. I thought about virtual draft, but prefer in person, do better that way. Came in second at first sealed tournament in about 12 years. Well, awesome, Hidden Hand. I also prefer in-person drafts. It's just a lot more expensive nowadays to do it that way, to be drafting on Arena like I do. But yeah. Yeah, there you go. Hidden Hand doing my job for me. Hit that like before you go. Sure, why not? Hey there, Nick Martin, how you doing? I'm working on getting live chat on the screen for you, and as soon as I try to make it transparent, it disappears entirely. So maybe I'll have to try to do that for next time. I don't know how to fix this. It's all in the custom CSS code, and that is not me. Um, so I am going to work on that for next time. Hopefully for Monday's live stream, I'll be able to get that for y'all. But for today, we're just going to have to deal with chat off to the side. And it'll be all right. We'll survive. Is everything good? For those of you that are here, is everything good as far as audio and balance and in-game audio and the syncing of my lips to my speech and all that kind of stuff? I'm just so technologically inept that all this stuff, I question everything I'm doing. All right, Nick says yep, so I'm going to trust Nick. Well, is there anything else to do other than to hop in our first draft for the day? I think we're going to try to do 2 drafts today. That's my goal. Unless we draft a control deck and it ends up going 3 hours, but ideally the goal is 2 drafts today. So let's give it a shot and hop into our first while we're here. If at any point, for those of you that are here, like I mentioned to Nick earlier when Nick says yes, if anything is off, if the balance is off, if audio's levels are too high, too low, too bright, too dark, whatever you need, let me know. I'll do what I can to fix it on the fly. All right, what do we got? Pack one, pick one. Pretty bad one, to be honest. There's Sir Ginger, 2 mana, 3/1. It has Trample, Hexproof, and Haste as long as they control a Planeswalker, which is basically never. And whenever an artifact you control is put into a graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on it and scry one, and it is a food. Everything else here is pretty darn bad if you ask me. I mean, there's Feed the Cauldron, which is fine. There's Spellcaster, which could be good in blue-red. But I think just this probably goes in every deck that we play. So I think we're going to take it. It says Sir Ginger. Is that a girl, princess, or a boy? Is SYR? That's usually a boy, like Sir Knight or whatever. I don't know. But we'll take Sir Ginger here to start. What can we follow it up with? Shrouded Shepherd's a great card. 2 mana, 2/2, buffs a creature when it enters. It's also got, it is a girl, says Hidden Hand. Okay, interesting. It does look like that in the picture. But, Sir, I thought Sir was like the prefix for like a prince or a king. I don't know. Woodland Acolyte's a great card as well. 3 mana, 2/2 ETBs, draw a card. You don't even need to cast the green part, but if you do, it's great. Hamlet Glutton is a pet card of mine. Ginger Brute and Sir Ginger are good together. Yes, they would be. Yes. Shrouded Shepherd or Woodland Acolyte, I think, or Redtooth Vanguard to a lesser extent. These are all very good cards here. And I think I'm leaning Woodland Acolyte. I don't know what y'all think here. So they're all very good. Another 2 mana Redtooth Vanguard would also be pretty good. But I think I'm leaning Acolyte. It just opens up so many great decks and great deck possibilities when you start with that. Only white card is Slumbering Keep Guard. I don't think we're going to follow it up with that, but there is a Howling Galefang, and I think that's the best card in the pack. Well, that could be wrong. Ratcatcher Trainee is great. 2 mana, 2/1, first strike on your turn, and its adventure makes 2 rats. There's also a Spellscorn Coven, 4 mana, 2/3 flyer. ETBs, they discard a card, and you can bounce a spell. And then there's the unplayable Blood Moon. I like Galefang. I have liked green-white as a deck. I don't think I'm taking Keep Guard, so I'm going into a second color. It's just, if I go into Coven, then I'm probably not playing Acolyte and Coven in the same deck. So I think I'm going Galefang here. And that's probably, it goes very well with Woodland Acolyte. It's already a card with an adventure. So let's take the Galefang. Ooh, and then we get a 4th pit Glass Casket. Don't mind if I do. 2 mana, exile target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or less until it leaves. Hidden Hand says I went black and blue in 2 out of your 3 sealed events. And black-red during the draft. Decadent Dragon, yeah, Decadent Dragon is a wild card. In early access, we had a little fun with Decadent Dragon. We were like straight green-black, and then we were like, can we splash Decadent Dragon? The answer was no, but we tried. So we're just going to go ahead and take Glass Casket. Hatching Plan seems like a fun card in this format. But I think we're a little far away from that right now. Glass Casket is great. Moment of Valor on the wheel would be outstanding. All right. Late Ratcatcher Trainee. Johan is open, but there's a Ginger Brute here, as well as a Sage and a Knightly Valor. I guess I just take Ginger Brute, and then we have the Brute and the Sir Ginger. I don't really like Unassuming Sage as a card, so I'm probably not taking that here. It's a 2-in-Veil Guide, not great either. This just seems so expensive to me. It's probably fine, but let's take Ginger Root. Maybe we'll be green-white aggro today. Ooh, look at this. Lots of good green and white cards left. There's Curse of the Werefox, but that's not outstanding with our current cards, but it's fine. There's Knight of Doves, which is much better in black-white. There is Protected Parents and Return Triumphant, much less. I don't care about those as much. I'm going to take Curse of the Werefox here. Man, Frantic Firebolt and another Trainee. People don't want to draft red today. I do like Troublemaker Oof, though. It's a nice main deck way to deal with artifacts and enchantments. There is Kellen's Light Blades, which I think is also fine. But this is just a 2-mana 2/2. I don't know if I want to branch out into red for either of these right now. It could be correct, considering it's probably open. So let's go ahead and take that there. Now I guess we take Light Blades. Yeah, Hidden Hand Gingerbrute turn 1 goes a long way in dealing some damage. You put some rolls on this thing. I mean, it's basically 2 damage a turn for 1. You shock them in the face every turn. I think I'll take the Light Blades here over Witchstalker or Outrider or anything. Let's see what wield. Catapult wield in blue-red, but I don't think today is a blue-red day. There is an Armory Mice, and maybe we play it, maybe we don't. Look at that, Moment of Valor wield. I like this card. 3 mana +1/+0 and indestructible. Target creature with power 4 or greater gets destroyed. One of the two. It's a nice little modal removal spell combat trick. Seems fine to me. Look, oh my gosh. Pick 11 trainee. Are we red-white? We might be red-white. If trainee wheels. That's kind of insane to me. Another catapult. Firebolt is not going to be outstanding in red-white. And Gnawing Crescendo I don't think is worth it. Take the Firebolt. I don't think there's a single red drafter at this table. Love the rats in this set. Yeah, tomorrow's VOD video here on the channel for Friday, I have already posted. And we get our first shot at rat dose. Give you a hint on that. We do get to play rats tomorrow in the VOD. So check back to see how that video goes, win or lose. Johan, jeez. All right, I don't really like the other card. Maybe blue-red is just so wide open right now that we should do it, but I don't know. This is tough. That's a brick. All right, what can we do here? It's Taken by Nightmares, but this is like one of the colors we're probably not. Hey, David, thanks so much. We've had a greetings from Spain and from Mexico here today. That's awesome. Thanks for the compliment on the content. I do try. Got Huntsman's Redemption. 3 mana, make a 3/3. Can sack a creature. If you do, search your library for a creature or basic land, reveal it. So you, like, kind of put it in your hand, and then 2 target creatures. That seems ridiculous. Hey there, Tongue. How's it going? Great to have you all along today. I do really like Cooped Up as well, but I don't think I can pass Huntsman Redemption. It's a 3 mana 3/3 with like multiple sets of upside. So definitely taking that. Passing Cooped Up, passing some bad red, a Scavenger, Taken by Nightmares, but we'll go ahead and take the Huntsman Redemption here. And maybe we're heading back towards green-white here. Three Blind Mice. 3 mana, make a 1/1 white mouse. Then you kind of create token copies of target token you control. Then they get +1/+1 of vigilance. Anything else here? Some great black cards. Take It by Nightmares, Hopeless Nightmare. And then a bunch of basically nothing here. Let's try the 3 Blind Mice. Tongue, any tips on making a 3-color draft deck? Tried to make one, but always missing the right color land drop. So in this set specifically, there's actually a good amount of fixing. Here's one of them. If you're in green, take Brave the Wilds. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand. It's just 1 mana to do that. There's also Prophetic Prism in this set, which lets you cast color or cards of opposite colors. There's Evolving Wilds. There's Edgewall Inn. All of these cards let you cast off-color things and splash a little bit. If you're going to try 3 colors, I would probably try to stick to like 2 colors plus maybe 2 or 3 cards of a 3rd color. We call that a splash. Because if you're straight through colors, it makes it very difficult to cast all of your spells all the time. Um, I'll get into a little bit more of that after I make this pick here. We've got Cheeky House Mouse if we're thinking pretty aggro, which I think we are. We've got Archon's Glory, Return from the Wilds, Vanguard, but that's not the kind of deck we're doing. So I think we'll take the Cheeky House Mouse here. Pumpable Fairy gets lifelink when you control the other fairy, like 3 Stingblade Assassins in black-red. Yeah, those are all great. To finish the 3-color deck, you want to make sure you have enough sources to cast your cards. So if you have like 1 pip, like see how this has 1 black pip, you're going to want at least 3 or 4 ways to get a swamp onto the battlefield, or 3 or 4 ways to be able to tap mana for a swamp or for black to splash something like this. And if you have like 2 pips, you want at least 4 or 5. It's difficult. It's definitely difficult to make 3-color decks. I don't think we're doing it today, but we're gonna go ahead and take Werefox here. Archon's Glory would be a great wheel, and even Titanic Growth. I like the Werefox though. Parents. Ooh, Genealogist. That's the card we're looking for with Gingerbrute. Puts a royal roll on a creature you control. Sage, Clothe Your Parents. What would be the land composition with like 2 to 3 splash? So, ideally, in an ideal world, you do something like 8, 8, and 1, and then you have like a Prophetic Prism, an Evolving Wilds, and an Edgewall Inn in your deck. Because the Evolving Wilds can find that last 3rd color. The Edgewall Inn can tap for that 3rd color, and the other card can also, you know, do that. So that's what I mean by sources. So you have the one, you know, if you're playing like, for example, like we are green-white and you want to splash red, you play like 1 or 2 mountains maybe. Speaking of, I think we'll take Pie Wielder here over Curse. We're pretty aggro deck here today. You play 1 or 2 mountains maybe, and then all your other cards are the things that help you find those 2 mountains or filter your mana to cast red cards. Awesome, Tongue. Glad that helps out. I spent a good amount of time making it look nice and pretty and as good as it can to help you guys out. Titanic Growth, Moment of Valor number 2. Let's take... Moment of Valor is actually going to be pretty good in this deck because we're going to struggle against big fat creatures. This can be a combat trick or get rid of those big fat creatures. I guess we could take Armory Mice. Gotta make sure we get enough 1 and 2s here. Tongue, speaking of the Patreon, we do have a Patreon here for Daily Draft. Go ahead and check that out, Daily Draft, or Patreon/Daily Draft, or whatever it is. I'm sure you could find me on there if you want to. You can check out what is going on over there. Return Triumphant or Hollow Scavenger. I think I'm going to take the Hollow Scavenger over the Return Triumphant. This is just, it's a 2-drop that's not really a 2-drop. You play this later in the game. So let's take Scavenger. You have a lot of 3s. We didn't get that first Titanic Growth. Let's go ahead and take this one. Looking to just be a very aggressive green-white deck. 3 mana, 3/2. When it dies, make a young hero. Sure, we're going to have a lot of cuts. This will be interesting, that is for sure. Got another Titanic Growth. Don't think I'm playing another one here. Solitary Sanctuary. I think blue-white is pretty garbage in this set. As fun as the theme is, it just did not come together. And yeah, Tongue, I agree. I actually think green is pretty good in this set as well, kind of like you said. Potentially either the 2nd or 3rd best color in the set, in my opinion. It's pretty close. Welcome to Sweet Tooth. 2 mana, 1/1. You get a food, and then you get counters. How much food are we making? Gingerbrute, and Sir Ginger are both food. So that counts. There's one other way to make food we had. Oh, the hollow scavenger. Is that better than a second cheeky house mouse? Or another red-toothed genealogist? We are so aggressive here. Now, you know what? I'm going to take Welcome to Sweet Tooth over the cheeky house mouse. That could even wheel. What a garbage pack for us here. Kellen's Lightblades, Territorial Witchtalker are basically the only cards we can play. We could play 3 Bowls of Porridge, but we're not going to. I guess I'll take the Lightblades and not be happy about pick 2. Alright, Slumbering Keep Guard, Beanstalk Worm, Dawn of Hope. It's not really a deck for any of these. I guess I'll take Beanstalk Worm? I'm not playing Bloodline, I'm not playing Keep Guard, I'm not playing Sanctuary, so let's take the Worm here. Ooh, Glass Casket, pick 4, there we go. Oh, here you go, Tongue. This is another one of the cards you can use to splash. Crystal Grotto. It taps for a colorless, but if you ever needed to tap for a mana of any color, it just makes those spells kind of cost 1 more to cast, but you can splash with Crystal Grotto as well. So there's plenty of ways to kind of enable these extra splashing sources. Crystal Grotto counts as one. Let's take Glass Casket here. Cursed Courtier. How much bargain do we have? 1. That's it? 2 Light Blades? I don't think the Courtier is going to be very good in this deck. I don't think Keep Guard is either, but probably just take this and put it in the sideboard. A Verdant Outrider, a 3rd Light Blades, or a Protective Parents. I don't think I'm playing any of this. Guess I'll take the Outrider. A 3rd Moment of Valor, okay. Hidden Hand, your LGS only does draft string pre-release. What is wrong with them? Just hop on Arena and do one every Friday. There you go. I've got the video pinned on the welcome to my YouTube page that teaches you how to go infinite on Arena and draft for free. If you're interested in that, that can definitely help. Then you can draft all the time, just like me. See, I have 374,000 coins, and I draft like 4 times a week. So, whoa! Pick 8 Werefox Bodyguard. Holy cow! So this is like Brutal Cathar from Midnight Hunt. For those of you that remember that, 3 mana 2/2 flash. When it ETBs, it exiles another target creature until it leaves the battlefield, and you can pay 2 to sack it to gain 2 life. Very good card here. Archon's Glory came back. Probably a card I'm playing. Yeah, I made that video probably almost a year ago now, but everything that was in it still applies on how to draft for free. Now, the hardest part about it is you have to kind of be a little bit good. Not saying you're not, but you do have to win a good bit in order to go infinite. But if you do nothing else and you lose every game you play, if you follow the instructions in that video, you can draft for free once every 8 days on Arena. That's not bad. It's about once a week. Right in the middle. There you go. Just go 2-3 or 3-3 every draft. You'll be fine. Jeez, look at all the red here. I don't think I'm playing 3. Gosh, so many Ratcatcher trainees. I probably should have gone red-white. But it's okay. We'll be fine. Maybe? No, not the Cursed Courtier. I thought this was the flyer. All right, let's see how to build this. Always go 16 in your aggro decks. Yeah, pre-releases are like 25 bucks at least, US dollars. Sometimes 30 plus if you get unlucky with your LGS. Um, I don't think Beanstalk Worm is what this deck is trying to do. We have to cut some threes here. 40 Canadian. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure of the transfer rate, but that sounds about right. About 25 or 30 US. Probably go down to 2 Moment of Valors, cut the Outrider. What's our creature count looking at now? 14. Don't want to go too much lower than that. I'm not a huge fan of Protective Parents, though. Everything else looks fine. Probably only 1 Light Blades, maybe only 1 Growth. And then I'm wondering about this 3 Blind Mice card. Create a mouse. Create a token that's a copy of target token. How many other tokens are we making? A 1/1 human. A 3/3 beast. That'd be insane. We can make royal rolls. It seems okay, but like not great. Plus, they can see that last chapter coming from a mile away. $10 draft, 30 pre-release. Did sell all the Lorcana stuff. Yeah, Lorcana, that's a topic. I had the option to do a lot of Lorcana pre-release kind of stuff. I don't know, with all the content creation I do for Magic, it's just, I don't have the time anymore to dip into yet another game that I might get obsessed with. I think I'm going to cut 3 Blind Mice here. It doesn't seem great. I can't cut another creature. And then we have removal and combat tricks and creatures. I mean, what more could you want? Let's give this one a shot here. Hidden Hand I did learn how to play. It seems pretty cool, to be honest. I do like Disney. You know, I'm a Disney nerd. It's fine. Oh, look, we got to start with them all again. I mean, we could turn 1 Ginger Brute, but if we don't draw a land, we just straight lose. So let's go ahead and mulligan into the exact opposite. Why don't we? Alright, this might be a quick one. Welcome to the channel. For those of you that have not watched many drafts on this channel, this is par for the course for us. Mulliganing out of 2 white into 2 green. Mocking Sprite. Sure. I could Glass Casket that, but that's pretty mana inefficient here. I just gotta make sure I get creatures down. We're an aggro deck. We gotta get creatures and start attacking here. Oof, that has the ability to be busted. Alright, let's attack. Don't think they block. And I guess we play Galefang. And next turn we can play Genealogist plus 1 of these 2 here. But just gotta hope they don't go off. They have the ability to, I could tell you that. Another Sprite and holding up likely an Adventure here that costs 2 less to cast? Yeah, that's ridiculous. Jeez. Okay. Go ahead and play one of these. I mean, we're not dead or anything, but things aren't looking outstanding for us. I was gonna say, I didn't even read the last line, but yeah, Commander Balloona Grand Squall. Seems like a fun commander deck to build. I believe there are about 70 adventures in Temur printed in Magic, so you have plenty to choose from. Okay, that's alright. In they come. In comes the land, and we've got Titanic Growth, so we're attacking. Do I just play the Werefox post-combat, or do I just get value out of the monster roll right now and just hit them here? I'm going to try to get value out of this side. Value Town, says Tongue. Yeah, well, let's get value. Could be bad, because now they have 2 turns to answer this Werefox. And our creatures aren't that big? They have 4 cards in hand, so still plenty of interaction, I'm sure. Holding up a single blue, which means they're holding up Counterspell. Or they're holding up another... Ugh. Ugh. So busted. That means we're dead next turn. If they attack with both. Which I'm sure they will. And there's the land to kill us. Nothing has reach. That should do it. Yeah. Alright. Well, it's hard to win when you mulligan. So. Did what we could. Hello there, Randy. We are doing great this set. So early access, we went 14-6. And in yesterday's first VOD video, we went 7-1. So we are combined 21-7 so far in this format. Now 21-8 because we just lost, so. Hey RHC, it's going good. How about you? Enjoying the set so far? Woof. Yep. That's tough. Four 3 sealed. Awesome. That's respectable. I would love to get to 4-3 with this deck. Because we're about to be 0-2, so. Yeah, just draw all the lands. Just nothing but lands. Literal nothing but lands here. That's all we do. Good thing is we have plenty of discard fodder for a second Hopeless Nightmare here. We can just keep discarding him. Savior and Nightmare, sure. I will decline here. We are green-white aggro. That's it. We didn't get synergy. we kind of struck and missed on some of the good cards in the format, unfortunately. So we're just playing an aggro deck that doesn't have a play until turn 4, which is not usually a recipe for success. Yeah, we do. I think we have like 4 or 5 removal spells, and you are correct. I don't think we've drawn one of them. Well, no. We do have Glass Casket. That is removal. I guess we do this. We have Titanic Growth if we need it. Cooped up. Yeah. Sure. Alright, so here's an interesting thing you guys can do in this form. We're going to go full control here. Hopefully it lets me do this. Full control. Full control, please. Thank you. Alright, submit these two. And now with that on the stack, you can actually... Although we drew Troublemaker, oof. No, you can bargain away... the enchantment, and it still resolves for you. Then you still get the +2/+2. So there's a little trick. We would have been able to smack for so much damage this turn had they not cooped up there. Let's go to combat. This thing has lifelink, which is ridiculous. Titanic Growth hit it for 10 lifelink. I think we'll save the Titanic Growth. So let's do Troublemaker Oof with Bargain because we may as well at this point. Really no reason not to. Then end the turn. Now we're kind of out of gas and they still have 4 cards. So yeah. Oh, you're totally right. I could have removed the coop top. Why didn't I do that? You know, when they're sitting on your side of the battlefield, you kind of like forget that they use their opponent's cards, not ours. You know, we all make mistakes. You're totally 100% right. Cooped up would have been better to do there. There we go. First punt. Target creature you control gets +1/+1, can't be blocked by creature's power 3 or less. Okay. Well, that's something, I guess. Yeah, that's probably going to cost us this game here, I would think. You always forget about the aura enchantments. Where was that question? Any early insights on strongest color or archetypes yet? Strongest colors, it's very close between black, red, and green for me. I might have red at number 1. It is true, Hidden Hand. Thank you. You've got my back. I might have red at number 1, but black could also be number 1, and then green is probably 3. White is also decent. I think blue is pretty clearly in last. That's so ridiculous. As far as best archetypes, I've had success with green-white. Not this version of green-white, I'll tell you that. God, quit it. I've had success with the rat deck. I've had success with blue-red. It's still a little bit early for me to know kind of what's best. I don't really like blue-green as much. They're just removing everything we play here. Really gotta hope they don't have interaction here, because I've kind of gotta go for this. So... Alright, there we go. So if I attacked, they eat one of my creatures and take 4. And then they're left with 2 creatures. I have 3. They play another creature. If they celebrate, I could lose. We just lose to this at some point. We don't have any cooped ups in the deck. We have a couple more combat tricks that could help us. I don't think it's worth it. I could have attacked all there. Yeah, we definitely would have won this game. I think we would have had lethal right there if I'd cooped up, or gotten rid of cooped up a while ago, though. Keep guard, another spell. Celebrate. 2 Unveil Guide has lifelink. Yep. Yeah, Rainey, I agree. The set actually is pretty balanced. Put on top of your library. Does something... Can something save us if we put it on top of our library and draw it? We could put Archon's Glory on top here. So something we can do is put Archon's Glory on top, play Acolyte, draw the Glory, bargain something, and smack them for 5 in the air with lifelink. Oh, it's a permanent card. If I get back Huntsman's Redemption, then I lose next turn. So I don't think I can get back Huntsman's Redemption here. I have to hope I draw something here that's 2 mana and then draw out of it next turn, or have a way to get rid of 2 Unveil Guide somehow. That certainly won't do it. So now I just have to hope for removal for 2 in Veil Guide, I guess. Unless they can celebrate. If they celebrate, I just lose. There's another one. Enchantment, tap something down. I can still block all 3 of their creatures here. And then they celebrate, so. Alright, 0-2. Can we win a game? Who knows? Alright, love going second with my aggro decks. I do that well more often than I go first with them. I mean, it's a keep though. We've got Sir Ginger into Huntsman's Redemption, so we're going to keep it. Slate of Hand, sure. Hopefully they didn't find Hopeless Nightmare. That is a pretty darn good draw with the Huntsman's Redemption coming. Yeah, Plat 4 is a really hard spot to be. What is this? 2 mana 1/1 flyer, looter. Becomes a copy of a target creature in your graveyard. Okay. I think I'm probably okay trading for that. I don't think they're gonna block. So now I just play Huntsman's Redemption and continue to play the creatures. Yeah, Hidden Hand, I mean, it's the only color with the Planeswalker, but how many times... I draft each set probably 40 or 50 times, and I play against Planeswalkers maybe 1 draft out of all of those. So it's really not that often that you actually run into Planeswalkers, especially in Limited. I think I will curse and fight away their looter here. And then if they want to trade the Sir Ginger for the Vermin, I'm probably okay with that. I could also just use Archon's Glory. Well, not anymore, now that the Vermin's pumped. I mean, next turn, if they don't... I have to be able to win next turn with this. As long as they don't remove these creatures, obviously. But if these two stick around... I think they have to trade Vermin for Sir Ginger at this point. They'll still take 5. That works too. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bargain. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and eat that creature. Now next turn, if these two creatures survive, we have 11 points of power and toughness, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 with trample. Like, holy cow. That's what this deck is supposed to do. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. It's that kind of day. Hey, Ben Dominic. We're getting absolutely trashed, is what we're doing. It's going horribly, to say the least. We are 0-2 and about to be 0-3. So... I don't think that card is very good. At all. Except when it is. Yeah, hidden hand, that's my job. It's no fun to watch someone just tilt off the end of the earth, as much as I would love to. Destroys toughness, a power 4 or greater. Okay. Obira, sure. And then block. Well, we have nothing else going for us, so let's go ahead and just do that. Now, if they remove this from underneath the cheeky house mouse, then we lose the house mouse as well, but I think it's a risk I'm willing to take. Yeah. I mean, their draws are going to be a lot better than ours, so we had to try to pressure their life total there, and so... Maybe that was a little greedy, but I mean... I didn't think so. Now they've got 5 cards in hand, and we don't have much. Here comes Counterspell. Ben, I do, if you have a good version of it, which we don't. My first early access draft against all the other content creators was green-white, and it was really, really good. We just don't have a good version of it today. Our cards just don't do much. It's one of those things where you just have a bunch of 2 and 3 drops and you hope that they can't deal with them, and as soon as they can, you basically lose. You know, it doesn't have a whole lot of synergy and things like that. And when you draw your cards in the wrong order, once again, you just lose. Is it even worth saving that thing? It does turn it into a 3/3 next turn, but that's still not even good against the Transmuter. They also still get the food here. Nope, no gluttons at all. Our best card is probably the 4/4 Vigilance Wolf thing. Yeah, the adventure, the one that has haste when you have a creature on an adventure. Wolf guard something or other. Who knows? Yeah, pretty decent, but not great. And when that's the best card in your deck, probably ain't gonna win. Playing 16 lands, obviously, and have drawn well over half. We got double glass casket, but that's not really doing much. I mean, the problem, Randy, is like our cards. Like, what are we drawing? 2-mana 2/2s? Like, if they have a 3/4 on the field, we we can't really beat it. So, I mean, like, we're gonna play our I guess it's Howling Galefang. I think that's the card. We draw it, we play it, and they either counter it or kill it. I mean, they're playing blue-black, right? Take 3 more. Go to 4. Another flyer. Another mouse. Guess it's about time to just play this stupid thing. Counter unless I play, or unless I pay 3, which I can't do because I need to eat the food. Well, I could have done because I have a land in hand, but it doesn't matter. We lose this game. It really does not matter. I'm glad you all could be witness to my first 0-3 of the format. There's usually about 2 or 3 of those. And they feel just wonderful. So here's what I'm going to do. Block here. They'll remove one of them. And then they'll eat the other one. There you go. Go to 1. Go back up to 4. Draw land and die. You ready? Boom. Called it. All right, what a thrilling draft that was. Thanks for sticking around for those of you that are still here. Let's get into another one and hope that that doesn't happen again. Because that was thrilling. Here you go, Ben. If you're still here, you can see our lack of good cards here. So we've got 2 mice, an oof, a ginger brute, a Sir Ginger, cheeky house mouse, pie wielder, parents, werefox bodyguard, never saw that. Woodland acolyte, huntsman's redemption. We have 2 rares, but didn't really do much. There's the Galefang. We have a werefox. I mean, I don't know. The deck can do some things, but it just didn't. So yeah, let's claim our 50 gems and then cry as we get into another draft here. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those decks that, like, if you draw your cards in the right order, um, I think it wins pretty easily. But if you don't, it's a struggle. Here you go. This is the card that won me all the games in the pre-release, or in the early access. Tanglespan Lookout. 3 mana, 2/3. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This card is insane. Yenna is also good. 4 mana, 4/4, 2 and tap. Copy an enchantment that you haven't already copied, and if it's an aura, you scry 2 and untap her. Both of these are great. I think Tanglespan Lookout leaves you open to more variety of decks. I know they're saying, just go green-white. I think you can still go green-black with this. You can still go green-white. You can go green-blue. And honestly, you can go green-red. You can go every single green combination with this Lookout. But if you take this, it's pretty pigeonholed into green-white. Granted, you could splash it, but that makes it worse. So I'm going to lead on the Lookout because I think this card is insane. So let's take it here. Okay, I think I'm going to take Ferocious Werefox. It makes an aura, draws a card for Lookout. There's Cut In, which is good. There's Besotted Knight, which is fine if we do end up going green-white. Ground Seal I don't think is great unless you have a ton of bargain cards. And there's Evolving Wilds, but let's go ahead and stick green. I do like Ferocious Werefox enough. Green-red is another deck I've had success with. Picnic Ruiner, 2 mana 2/2. Whenever it attacks, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, gains a double strike, and its adventure can get 3+1/+1 counters among any target creatures you control. There's also a Cut In. There's a Besotted Knight. But I think I'll take the 2-drop here. Maybe we wheel Grabby Giant and we go green-red 4 power greater? I do like Cut In, but let's take the Ruiner here. Alright, some more good green. Redtooth Genealogist is a card I like. Root Rider Fawn is also a card I like. Discerning Financier, 3 mana 2/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent controls more lands than you, create a treasure. You can pay 3 to give them a treasure and draw a card. I don't think this card is, like, great. Sometimes it's 3 mana 2/3, and that's it. It does nothing else. And knowing with how much we like to draw lands, it is probably not going to get us treasures. So this is between Fawn and Genealogist for me. I think I'm going to take Fawn. Genealogist is the kind of card you can get a little bit later. I'm not a huge fan of Skewer Slinger. It has like no synergy in the format, like at all. Wow, these are late black cards. Okay, now I'm going to take a Hopeless Nightmare because I love this card and I think it goes good in any black deck. There's also an Ashiok's Reaper. I'm not going to take Spider Food. I'm not going to take Grabby Giant. Although Dragon Mantle with Tanglespan Lookout is quite the combo. Maybe that's worth just passing on the Hopeless Nightmare here and taking the Dragon Mantle and going green-red. These are some late good black cards. But I kind of like our start right now. We get a bunch of garbage. Imadane's a Recruiter. 3 mana 2/2. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste when it enters. And its adventure can make 2 knights. There's a Witch's Mark, which is fine. Works well with the Lookout. The Witch Stalker, probably not worth it unless you have tons of power 4 or greater. That's a late stab wound. Flick a Coin, probably not. Merry Bards. We have 3 and 3. Do I speculate on a late stab wound here or just continue down green-red? Just continue to cut green. Yeah, let's cut green. Now we get a Ballgast and a Titanic Growth. I'm not a huge fan of really either of these. Probably don't want to play either of them in whatever deck we end up in here. Got the Outrider back. There's also a Bellowing Bruiser, but that's not really a card I'm super high on. Take the Outrider, but it's also not really a card I want to play. Another Witch's Mark, a Redcap Thief. Besotted Knight came back. So did Ground Seal. I don't think I want to play either of these. I'll play one Witch's Mark, but probably not two. So late moats, but let's take Ground Seal just to send a message and cut green here. Green-red is a deck I like, especially when you have cards like Tanglespan Lookout. See, the Financier wheeled. We'll cut green again. Although also not a card I'm going to play. Yes, I would love a Hamlet Glutton. What I would do for a couple of Hamlet Gluttons here. Instead, can I interest you in a dud? Frantic Firebolt with 1 sorcery. Twisted Fealty with no sack outlets. Ginger Brute in a deck that cares about power 4 or greater. A really sad Verdant Outrider. Guess I'll take Firebolt in the event that we end up with more instants and sorceries, but that was about the worst we could have asked for there. Pack 2, pick 1. Hamlet Glutton, you say? I do say. Because that's the card I'm taking here. Here we go. This is the card of the format. I'm a glutton for a glutton. Sir Armont would be pretty good, but we're taking Hamlet Glutton here. Wow. Expel the Interlopers. That is a great card, and I've already had it cast on me 3 times this format. Never have I cast it, though. There's a Stormkeld Vanguard, which is basically exactly what this deck wants. 6 mana, 6/7, can't be blocked by creature's power 2 or less, destroy target artifact or enchantment with its adventure. There's also a Genealogist and a Beanstalk Worm, both of which I would love on the wheel, but let's take Vanguard here. Still looking for some bargain fodder, and by bargain fodder I mean just more rolls, basically. That's what makes the Hamlet Glutton so good. Wow. Insane cards in none of our colors. Werefox Bodyguard is outstanding. We drafted it last draft, and you got to see from our opponent how good it was, but never in our deck. Cooped Up, I think, is very good in the format. Lord Skitter's Butcher is also a great modal card. Feed the Cauldron is a fine removal spell. Totentanz is great in Ratdos. And we have to take a Hollow Scavenger. Hopeless Vigil is also an outstanding white card. Is there a chance we're not red? Are we green-white? Alright, I'm taking Bodyguard here. I'm not going to miss a Scavenger. Okay, now we just take Werefox again. I don't care too much about any of these other cards. And we get to delay that decision of green-white versus green-red. The Mantle is good, but not as good as Bodyguard, and Bodyguard might be better than all of our red cards here. See, now we get a Grasp of Fate. Oh, are they going to push me back into green-white here? I mean, I'm going to take it. I'm not taking any of the other cards. So let's take Grasp of Fate. Whoa. Holy cow. Regal Bunnycorn, pick, what is this, pick 8? Pick 7. 2 mana Star, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. I guess we're green-white again. Y'all enjoy a green-white draft? Because that's what we are. He says as there are no green or white cards in this pack. I'll just cut guard. At the end of the day, you can even just play this card. Don't care about reindeer. I guess we could play a sage. It makes a roll. Yeah, now I regret not taking the Wrath. I don't think it wheels, but holy cow. See, look, Hopeful Vigil pick 10. Okay, nobody's drafting white, and someone rare drafted the Wrath. That's what happened here. Evolving Wild's pretty free. Rest in Peace, unplayable. Yeah, now I wish I would have taken the Wrath. What did I take over it? Dragon Mantle? Look at that. Pick 12 Hopeful Vigil. I mean, okay, we're doing it. This is a better green-white deck than our previous one already. So, I have higher hopes for this. Alright, some good options here. Thunderous Debut is not one of them. 8 mana, look at the top 20. You can put 2 creatures into your hand or on the battlefield if it was bargained. Don't need 8 mana. There is a 5 mana 4/4 flyer, which is just good. There's also Stockpiling Celebrant, which is outstanding with double Vigil. But if white is as open as we think it is, this might wheel. There's also a Curse of the Werefox. We currently have... wrong button. Currently have Grasp of Fate and Bodyguard, kind of, as removal. So we could use some more, but Dutiful Griffin is just a win con in and of itself. Oh my gosh, I love all of this. Wow. Got another Hamlet Glutton, but boy, I can't pass Utopia Sprawl. Utopia Sprawl just gets us to do everything we want to do. It's even a combo with Tanglespan Lookout. It ramps us from 1 to 3. I mean, it's turn 3, we just play a Lookout. Or we play one of these 3-drops. We do already have a Glutton, a Vanguard, and a Griffin, which is good for our top end. I do love this card, but I think I'm just going to take Utopia Sprawl here. Now there's a Graceful Takedown, Moment of Valor. I would play both of these, but I think I'll take my first Takedown. Some more great options here. Royal Treatment is wonderful protection. Also, again, goes well with Lookout. Root Rider Fawn is another 2-drop that ramps us. We have tons of 2s. I think I'll take Royal Treatment over Root Rider Fawn. Currently at 13 creatures. Not too bad. So let's take Royal Treatment. Yes, Sweet Tooth is good. We put this in our last green-white deck, and it didn't have any synergy and didn't really do much. And I don't think it really has much synergy in this deck either, unfortunately. Alright, Evolving Wilds, Prophetic Prism, which is kind of bargain fodder for our 1 Glutton, but we only have 1 Glutton. I don't think we need to really worry about bargain fodder. There's a Beanstalk Worm and a Charmed Clothier. I don't think I'm going to splash Greta. I'll take the Clothier. Again, it goes well with Lookout. It's another flyer. I think I'll take that here. Ooh, Genealogist. That's a great pickup. 3 mana, 2/3, make a Royal Roll. I'm just drafting an entire deck around Tanglespan Lookout. It's our commander here today. Let's take Genealogist here. Prism wilds. I guess I can take this prism. Moment of Valor. Candy Trail. What's our bargain? I think our bargain is just the Glutton. Yeah, I'm going to take Valor as another removal spell. Not playing these. Yeah, the Princess Saga would be great. Oh, wow, look at... Gosh. Pick 10 Hopeless Nightmare. I'm not playing any of this. Another Moment of Valor, I think I will play too. I don't think I need Prism. I don't think I'll play 3 though. Yes, this deck is definitely looking better than the last one. Haven't liked the 1-mana discard enchantment? Oh, I love it. The Hopeless Nightmare. Here's why. You play the Hopeless Nightmare, they discard a card, they lose 2 life. You then play a card like one that we didn't get here, but the Stockpiling Celebrant, you pick it back up. You then replay it, make them discard another card, lose a life. Then you bargain it away to something like Candy Grapple and give a creature -5/-5. And for 1 card, you got 2 cards out of their hand, 4 life, and killed a creature that was a 5 toughness creature. I think it's great. If you build around it. If you don't have any bargain in your deck and any ways to synergize with it, it's not great. But if you build around it, it definitely is great. Alright, do we go 17 or 16? I think the Witch Stalker is actually okay here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures with power 4 or greater. Frostbridge Guard is sticking out a little bit. We have a Root Rider Fawn and a Utopia Sprawl. Does that mean we can go 16 lands? The Glutton is a 5. You do get the Scry if you bargain the black discard enchantment. Same with the white one. It's worded the same way. So when Hopeful Vigil is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, Scry 2. If you bargain it away with something like Hamlet Glutton, then you get a 5-mana 6/6 trample, gain 3 life, Scry 2. That's why this card is so good, and that's why Hopeful Vigil and Hopeless Nightmare are so good. I'm questioning going to 16 lands here. I think I will because we have an Evolving Wilds. Which means I could put back Frostbridge Guard that can just push more damage in the late game. I can put in... I don't think a Tale for the Ages is good. How many enchantment creatures are we going to have? Or enchanted creatures we have? 1, 2 maybe? 3, 4, 5, 6 potentially? Yeah, it's just not that good. Guess we can just put this in here. Could even bargain away the Utopia Sprawl in a pinch for the Glutton or something. And 3 Moments of Valor. Is that good? I mean, it's removal for other big creatures. What would I play over it? Prism or Growth or Mice, I guess? Picnic Ruiner. No. I mean, when it attacks, if you have creature power 4 or greater, it gets double strike, which is fine. And its adventure really isn't great. It's fine if you're in red-green. I would play it 100% of the time in red-green. It's just not really worth ruining the consistency of the mana base to splash the Ruiner side. Just put in a Titanic Growth and 15 creatures. Sure. Alright, this one seems a little bit better than the last one. Maybe we can get one win out of this one. How about that? You're a sucker for a good splash. Alright, we'll keep this here. Got a Frostbridge Guard, and then we'll miss all our land drops. You know how it goes. We have to draw all the lands or none of the lands. I have 41? I'll have to check. I thought I cut a land and added... Yeah, I thought I cut a land and added one extra creature, but I'll check. Felipe, oh god, that Iena. Either that is for another chat, or you were here long enough to see that we passed Iena, pack one, pick one. Obviously, that's hindsight's 20/20 on wanting Iena in the deck now, but I also did get Tanglespan Lookout instead of Iena, which is outstanding in this deck too, so. Oof. That makes this a lot worse. So... I think we'll just... Werefox. Now we have to lose 2 every single upkeep. Unless we can bargain away this monster roll, and then we'll have the Frostbridge Guard die. We can also actually destroy target artifact or enchantment. Maybe we can learn from last game and actually kill the stab wound here. I think I will kill the stab wound. And then just do this. And get in. Plains is good because we have Werefox Bodyguard now. Takedown can kill something. Forest is probably the worst draw in our deck. Although Forest lets us play Takedown and Moment of Valor, so there aren't really too many bad draws we have right now. I guess Hamlet Glutton would be a bad draw, Dutiful Griffin would be a bad draw. Those might be the only two. Grasp of Fate would also be another one. You're right. We do have a couple of double whites. Double top. You hate to see it. Barrow Naughty. We have 4 mana. So I can take down the Naughty, hit for 6 down to 9. Then I won't have Moment of Valor up. Any number of enchanted creatures you control. Sure. Up to one other. Okay. Now that one. Die. And then we just hit them down to 9. We're going to see what they're going to copy here. Hopefully it's nothing good. If it's a candy grapple, then good for them. It was nothing. Okay. Yeah, quick study would have been a bad one. So we have 5 mana. We could bodyguard and bunnycorn. It's not a sentence I thought I would ever say when streaming Magic the Gathering. Could bodyguard and bunnycorn. Let's start by just getting in here, see what their trick is. Also, just fine trading it. -4, -0. If we played the bunnycorn, we would have... Ooh, that card's really good. I was about to say, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would have been 8, 8. I don't think there's a board wipe in black-blue I should be worried about. So I'm just going to play these out here. 2 mana 6/6. How's that? There we go. We actually got our first win of the stream with a much better green-white deck this time around. Let's keep this one up here. Alright, let me on the play. Nope. That's okay, hand is fine. Vigil creates 2 permanents for the bunnycorn. So we could play bunnycorn and then Vigil on 3. It'll be a 3/3. Yes, Goose Mother is among the better cards in the set, for sure. Green-red, Boundary Lands, Ranger. Enchant Forest, darn. That's unlucky. I think that means we hopeful Vigil and just trade for the Ranger here. If we draw a Forest, then Sprawl is going to be great. Oof. Currently do not have a way to deal with that. I do now with Graceful Takedown, but they probably have... Yeah, we're just going to keep missing land drops. Alright, well, let's just set up for next turn, I guess. Grabby Giant, make a treasure. Okay. 5 mana, what you got? Got a lot of cards in hand, a lot of good cards in hand. I just can't cast any of them, so that's kind of unfortunate. Sure. Still holding up potentially royal treatment here. Let's see if they get priority right now. They don't. Okay, so I can successfully cast Graceful Takedown to kill the Lookout. And I think I will do that. Got to get rid of the Lookout before it does too much work. A land lets us play the Glutton and Scry 2. Darn. Instead, can I interest you in continuing to be very mana inefficient here? Alright, Hamlet Glutton versus Hamlet Glutton. Scry 2, don't need either of those. Let's see whose Glutton wins. I think theirs might. They probably have removal for mine. Although they are in red-green, and they could have Curse of the Werefox, which would be pretty bad. I'd very much like to be holding up Moment of Valor, but, like, I gotta get my creatures down. Because if they don't target my creature, then I just don't use my mana in any way. Yeah, Alright, do they get priority if I do this? They do. Okay, go to damage. This presents quite a bit of a clock here. They gotta do something about this. No plays at all, and 7 mana. Okay. And no plays. Alright, that's great. Nothing has reached, does it? They still have priority. Wait, why was I not just killing their creature? For some reason I thought... It has... So this has trample. So if I kill their creature, this still works out how I wanted to. Yeah, this is much more like... Well, okay, so if I think they have royal treatment in hand, which I thought they did earlier, but then they started like attacking and stuff. So if they have royal treatment, destroying their creature is worse. But if I have +1/+0 and indestructible, it still gets through royal treatment here. So I think that means I should do it this way. I can't imagine a way in for a single red and green mana that my Hamlet Glutton dies through this. Maybe they have Titanic Growth or something like that, but mine would still survive. And it untaps, notably. Okay, sure. Now we'll just play the guard, because that can tap something down next turn. Alright. Got it. I don't know what they had, but apparently it wasn't that much. Thanks, Hidden Hand. We did our best. Hamlet Glutton for the win. Alright, opponent goes first, but we've got a decent hand here, so we'll keep this one. Forgot we put Titanic Growth in the deck. I kept forgetting to check. Ben, you said we had 41 cards in the deck, but I keep forgetting to check that. It's worked out well so far. Let's see, we have 7 in hand, and now we have 8 in hand, and 33. Okay, so yeah, you are right. We have 41 in the deck. The 41 card special. 2-0. Alright, can't do anything about that, so have your ramp. Yeah, what can go wrong if you switch it up every now and again, right? Maybe we'll go 7-0 with the 41 card deck. And then the new usual and the new baseline for limited is going to be 41. We're just making waves here at Daily Draft. Up the beanstalk, yikes. That's a good card. And Collector's Vault. Alright, let's see if they have a 5-drop. They do. Good for you. Alright, we'll start by getting in, because it's free, because we've got Titanic Growth. And then we may as well do this while we're at it. Getting our beats on here. Yikes. See, this is a spot where Hopeless Nightmare is just pretty darn good. I think I get rid of Royal Treatment. Because if I draw a land, I'm slamming Hamlet Glutton and tapping out, so... Or am I? Yeah, I am. So I can kill their Dream Spoilers, but if I do that, I use my entire turn. When I could just cast a Hamlet Glutton right now. So I'm just going to trade here. And then bargain the Glutton. Scry. Hopeful Vigil. It doesn't seem awful, but I could probably do better. But it seems okay. It seems okay. Worst case, I play it and then I scry 2 by paying the 3 mana at some point, which is also just an option. Let's see if they can kill the Hamlet Glutton. No, but they can kill the 3/3. Okay, so they're going to have to take 6 down to 4 now. They scry 2, they draw a card, and they fight my creature. Bargain is just all upside. All right, Randy, maybe we'll see you. Six mana. That is brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Would very much prefer to have kept my cards in hand there. We'd probably win pretty easily if they didn't put that bad card in their deck. Okay. That is a draw. In fact, I think that's a lethal draw. There we go. Alright, well, I'll take that off the top of the deck. Alright, let's see if I can fix this deck here. Curious if I have 16 lands still with 41. What do I have going on? 16 lands and 41 cards. Whoops. That means I can cut one Moment of Valor. There we go. Now we're good. Alright, the exact opposite of our last deck. We're 3-0 now with the green deck instead of 0-3. So this hand isn't great, but we're on the draw. We have a turn 1 Utopia Sprawl and a 5-drop we can play on turn 4. And if we draw any creature, we'll get value out of this roll token. So I think I'm going to keep, but I think I need to add another green. No worries, Ben. Thanks for hanging out. Good to have you. No, let's add white. Yeah, so we've got access to a turn 4 Werefox, or turn 3 Werefox and a turn 4 Clothier here. Gotta get a green. No enchantment or artifact to destroy except our own, which I'm obviously not going to do. Witch's Mark. Getting rid of a Ratcatcher trainee, interesting. So they've got Monstrous Rage here. Never mind, they've got Torch the Tower, gonna sacrifice their Wicked roll. That is annoying. Now the Clothier is just a 5-mana 3/3 flyer that doesn't do anything else. Godric? Jeez. Okay, well, this holds back their trainee, I guess. Or it trades with Godric, I don't know. Clearly have a combat trick now, but I mean, I have to... I can't take 5. Make a treasure and +2/+1. Okay. Alright, gotta fight off this mono red deck here. Don't know if I can. Red Cap Thief. Ah, jeez. Go to 4. Now if they can celebrate next turn, I lose. Takedown doesn't do anything. I can't cast Vanguard, so what I gotta do is just this, which feels bad. And now they can just, yeah, now they just sacrifice it, and then Vanguard goes to the graveyard, which was dumb, but I think we're fighting an uphill battle here. So we just have to hope that they celebrate and then kill Godric, but like, that's not a winning plan. go to 2 and then die in many different ways here. Doesn't really matter, because now I only have one creature to block, so got us here. Alright, let me grab this charger over here real quick, and we'll hop into this next one. Alright, hand looks fine to me. Kiva got a turn 1 Utopia Sprawl. Hard to go wrong with that. And I think we tap for white. I have played against a lot of monocolored decks in this format. Especially mono red. Mono red is quite good in Wilds of Eldraine. Pretty good turn 2 play. Sure, let's miss a land drop, why don't we? Yup. So you have 4 mana, so we can Vigil and Guard, or we can Moment of Valor, we can Grasp of Fate. Let's do this. Can I take 7 next turn by adding to my board here is the question. No. Let's just go ahead and do this while they're tapped out here now. Witch Stalker that doesn't trigger right now. Okay, so can trade with the Outrider. Sure. Now I play Guard and Vigil here. And then I trade the 2/2 for the Colony. They get 2 rats, but those are okay. There's the card I was waiting to see. Oh, God. That's probably GG. Glutton and a Gale Fang in the same turn. Oof. Target any number by different opponents. Well, it's pretty good in Commander. For each opponent? Dang, that's a really good Commander card. Sure, why not? Top deck a great card here. Okay, go ahead. Alright, what's the post-combat play? A land. We are not drawing any auras for this lookout. As good as this card is, it's not doing a whole lot right now. There's an aura. So now we can attack here and here, get an aura, draw card. There we go. Now we're doing something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I still have to tap here. So I will end the turn. Good draw. Now if I play this, I can still tap down the Gale Fang here. They can animate that to turn it into a 4/4, which I can just trade with Werefox. Okay. It's pretty good. Sure. Don't need another land. I played it because there's a chance we could need all the mana we need with the mana we can get with these taps and scries and all that kind of stuff going on. Am I willing to trade this for their 4/4? No, I'd rather use it on defense because I kind of need to protect my life total. I'm going to be attacking with the Griffin here. They can also animate 2 foods, although now this one has Summoning Sickness. So they're going to put 3 counters on a creature? Well, or I could kill their tough cookie, but if I do that, I don't get the Vanguard. So I have, because they can just sacrifice this in response. So how much do I have? 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 mana, so I can do both. So let's, I can't tap though. So if they draw removal for the Vanguards, it's pretty bad for me. But let's get in here. Destroy this. And then play it. And now I can't tap down Galefang, but theoretically that's okay as long as I have Vanguard still on the battlefield. Okay, Beanstalk. Okay, make it a 3/3. Awesome. Ooh. 2 mana, 12/12. Sure. That's ridiculous. Might win on our turn now, potentially here. Depending on what they've drawn. Doesn't have trample or anything, so they can chump it with their 1/1. Ooh, that's great. It's gotta be great. Sure. How long until power creep gets us real 2 mana 12/12s? I would venture to say quite a long time, but I see where you're getting. If I just ate their 1/1 here. They can animate both of these. They can eat a lot of food right now, so I'm not lethal. I mean, maybe I'm lethal, it's just they have a card in hand. It very well could be a land, but if it's not a land and it's like an exile enchantment or something, or exile creature, then I'm in a world of hurt. Okay, making them start eating their food. They're just kind of stalling at this point until they can find something here. Sure. Black. There we go. That should do it then. All right. See, our deck is doing what we wanted to do here now. Yeah, we just had a perfect example of power creep here in this set with Quick Study, which is a strictly better divination. 3 mana, draw 2 cards, instant now instead of sorcery. So, power creep is happening. Well, thank goodness we have Utopia Sprawl, because that makes this hand very keepable. Guess I'm starting on Vigil. It doesn't really matter. Aw, they have Torch the Tower, so. I guess I would rather that have died than the guard anyway, so at least there's that. Yay, missed land drops. They have another one. All our creatures dying. Ugh. Can't really do anything. Go ahead. I guess Werewolf is okay. I mean, whatever I play, they're killing, right? So if I bottom this, I'm looking for a land? And I just play Dutiful Griffin? Guess I'm looking for a land here. Nope. Don't really have anything else to do, so I mean, if they kill the bodyguard, like they kill the bodyguard, I don't know. Can't do anything else, so. Down goes the bodyguard. Alright, let's play Dutiful Griffin. They have mana up for potentially Rat Out or the single mana kind of return it to the battlefield with a roll on it. I would prefer you didn't kill literally everything I played. That might be appreciated. But instead, that's what they're doing. Yep, more stuff I can't cast. Awesome. Glad to hear that, Hidden Hand. Glad that helped you out. I think I found a little bit of the secret sauce that helps out with the pre-releases and early drafts of the format here. Yeah, 30 cards left. They've got Rat Out in hand. I can't block here. I mean, they've got Rat Out, which is another form of removal spell, so obviously I can't block. Alright, do they have removal for this big stupid dumb 6/7? Really hope not. I'm 99% sure that's the card they have in hand. They could have that one. I can never remember the card. It's basically Feign Death. Like, that's the card I keep thinking it is. And if it's Rat Out, the Vanguard does very well against that. Okay, so... I mean, I have to block. I don't know what it is, but at this point I have to block. Maybe it's... Okay, double strike and rat out. Okay, so at least it still trades. There it is. Hamlet Glutton. Sure. That is a great draw. So if they play this big guy, we can just kill it with Moment of Valor. Seems good to me. Now, if we attacked with both, and then they blocked with Hunter and Guest, which I don't think they will, then we get to blow them out. So let's see. Yeah. So let's just do this now. Again, I mean, there's no point in waiting to their turn at this point. Yeah, it's close here. They could have things that can get him out of it, but this does have trample. Ooh, jeez. Does that just kill us? Look at that, Hidden Hand. You said they should scoop. Those are the worst kind of losses. When you know you really just shouldn't lose. Spoken too soon. Graham, we are currently 4-2 with this deck. Should be 5-1, but you know, sometimes you lose to some random hasty creatures. And then you have to mulligan in the next game. Yeah, I mean, if we draw a green, the hand is great. We have 8 green sources in the deck. Do you keep this? I don't think you can keep it. That's better. I guess we put back the 5-drop in the event that... Although the 5-drop is really good with Lookout. Let's just get rid of the combat trick. Up the Beanstalk. What a card. Yes, keep and lose. That is a theme that I like to do as well. Not like to do, a theme that happens to me as well. Hidden Hand, if you're not mistaken, this deck is undefeated. Bad news, you're mistaken. Our previous deck was defeated. If that's a way to... Alright, I guess we can attack here now. Yeah, this is our second draft today. First draft went a nice little 0-3. Oh, Hidden Hand, did you see how we lost that last game when you said they should scoop? Because we definitely just lost it. One Plains. Don't know if they have... Yeah, they don't have anything right now. So let's do this. And then... Okay. Now we just get to kill both of them, which works for me. Kind of a waste of the turn, but got rid of their board. Now this thing can't attack. Oof, this is going to be tough to beat. Double up the beanstalk. I gotta try to compete with this card draw here and play Lookout before Clothier and try to get some card draw, because as soon as they start casting big spells, they're going to be drawing far too many cards for me to keep up with. There they go. See? 5 mana 5/4 on cast, draw 2 cards. Pretty good to me. Alright. I guess we do this. Put 2 counters on Beanstalk Worm. This stupid thing has a reach as well. And they have an edge wall in that they can get back a Woodland Acolyte with at some point, which is great. Really need them to not have expensive spells right now, because they're just going to run away with this game pretty quickly here. That's an expensive spell. Hamlet Glutton right onto the battlefield. Yep. I think we are about dead here. Notably, this is not a May, but if they cast like 2 more of these, we can't come back from that. They're going to have too many big creatures on the field here. Alright, so we're trying to race. Can we do it? I do not know. Dang. There goes the Lookout. No, they're going to leave the Lookout. The Lookout's the way that we get back into this game. That means they have another one for the Lookout. That's what they're doing. Jeez. They've got a better green-white deck than we do. That's for sure. What does this have? Ward 1? I think I can deal with that. Okay. Now we go to combat. And we can get in with both here. Do we have a chance? We might have a chance here. I do not know. It's going to be close. They've basically drawn their whole deck, so how much more good cards do they have? Oh, jeez. It's a good one. Just gotta hope... Okay, we can kill it. So... destroy that. Grasp of Fate... the Verdant Outrider. And then... hit for 7. Okay, they're at 2. They do have a food. A second Bramble Familiar. Jeez. Curse of the Werefox. Trading for the Werefox here. That's okay. And then eat the food. Alright. Worse things have happened. Okay. Oh no. How did they just now get priority when we attacked? Oh, destroy target attacking creature when they have bargain. Okay. They do have Edgewall in. So they have a lot of things going on still. Yeah, so what are they getting back? Beanstalk Worm, yeah. Draw 2 more. Or draw 1 more, I guess. Ooh, that might do it. They don't have anything. This does it. Let's go. Jeez, what a game. I did not think we were winning that game, but boy did we have... boy did we have some good draws there. I'd like to think I played relatively tightly as well. Oof. This is not great, but we have 9 white sources in the deck and a 2-drop we can play. We're a little bit far away from Bodyguard. We've also got Utopia Sprawl in the deck, so... look at that. Never didn't have it. Everything's perfect. Glass Casket, getting rid of our 2/2 forever. Alright, well let's play a Bunnycorn then. 2 mana 2/2. It has done more work than that, but that's what it's going to have to be for now. make a food and... get rid of Hopeful Vigil? Well, they don't realize how good that is for them because of our Hamlet Glutton in hand. But... yeah, I do think there was 8 or 9 cards drawn off the Beanstalks for sure. It was kind of insane. I guess I just eat their scavenger here. Something interesting I can do is if they attack with the oof again, I can actually... no, target non-fox creature. So we do this and we try to race. Man, them getting rid of that Hopeful Vigil was really annoying. We had the perfect turn 5 Hamlet Glutton, but no. That's pretty good. I think we put it here. Go to combat, attack here. Am I willing to trade Bunny Corn for both of their creatures? That's gotta be okay, right? Because they could just draw removal for this. And if I trade it for both of their creatures, I think that's fine. They might not even do it because I could have a combat trick, but let's see. If you played enough 5-drops to get 8 cards off a Beanstalk and still lost, you might uninstall Arena. Yeah, I probably would too. Besotted Knight. Okay. If I play Hamlet Glutton, bargain this, I could, if I draw a land, I could just play Hamlet Glutton without even bargaining here. So I'm gonna do Dutiful Griffin and then offer this trade again. I think at some point they have to take it. Yeah. Clean 2 for 1 from our 2-drop. Can't ask for much more than that. Now we have a 4/4 flyer they have to deal with. Jeez, that's one way to kind of do it. Sure. The concede to Grasp of Fate. We're going to hit them for 8, but got rid of their Hamlet Glutton off the top of our deck. Not too bad. What are we now? 6 and 2, I think? Yes, 6 and 2. All right, here's the game. Can I get my, what would be, well, spoiler alert for those of you that haven't seen tomorrow's draft video yet, which is everyone except, actually I don't even have it posted to, no, I do have it posted to Patreon, so patrons might have seen it. Can I get what will be my 3rd trophy of the format already on day 2 or 3? Gonna be close. Gonna really, Lord Tupperware. All right, guys, how many of y'all are Lords of Limited fans? Because we are playing against Lord Tupperware here. This is awesome. Gotta love it. He's mulliganed. Thanks so much, RHC. All right, we get the final test. This is the final boss. We're playing against Ethan Sachs of Lord Tupperware and Lords of Limited Fame. I think I'm going to lead on Fawn here. Double white armory mice. Okay, so that means we can now just genealogist up the Root Rider Fawn and trade off with the armory mice, because I don't need this creature too much anymore. Unless they celebrate. If he celebrates, yeah, so I'll just trade. We have 5 mana. Darn. The one time I got to play against Lord Tupperware, he got mana screwed. That's a shame. But you know what? We did get the trophy with this deck. That's my second green-white trophy of the format. So, pretty sweet. Don't regret taking... What's the card there? Don't regret taking Tanglespan Lookout. Pack 1, pick 1. Was a great card. Utopia Sprawl, outstanding. Hamlet Glutton. Werefox Bodyguard. This is what a green-white deck's supposed to look like, as opposed to our first version of it, which had, like... Didn't have the removal. Moment of Valor was great. We have a couple of top-end cards here. Protection, Royal Treatment, Ramp, and Root Rider Fawn. I mean, it's kind of got what you want out of a green-white deck, and that's my second green-white trophy. Sweet. All right, well, that'll finish this stream up today. About 3 hours here today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. And, that will do it. We're going to go ahead and end the stream here, and I will see you tomorrow for a VOD and Monday for another stream. Monday streams are a little bit different. I think we'll have them at 11 a.m. Eastern. So if that's a little bit better time for you, then awesome. If not, sorry. I switch it up between Mondays and Thursdays. So thanks for hanging out. I'll see y'all later.